Memorable moments for him. Both fielders had.
I must say that rubber the green is definitely going Bangladesh's way. Well, they're just making sure. Seen a few chances go down, and now this edge in the gap perfectly split. These are useful runs. Run stage 76 for 4, Russell. And Mushfiq again in the rescue act, this time in the company of Liton.
Look, this is where Sri Lanka need to be careful. Yes, a few runs will sneak through. Batters will come and fight back and play some good shots. You got to make sure that your discipline, your execution is at a high standard. Once again, as we saw in goal, Sri Lanka have become clumsy in the field. There were a few drop chances. And when that fourth wicket fell, Roshan, Bangladesh was scoring at 2.62. That's what the control I keep talking about. When you're controlling it, you're in a better position to think how I'm going to get the batter out. This partnership going at 4+. Actually, it was close to 5. They pulled it back ever so slightly the last few overs. And the innings run rate is also now up about 3. Again, looking at the batsmen and their game, Liton Das likes to come at the bowlers. His career strike rate is around 60, maybe 61, I guess. He's the type of player who brought up, make him come at you because there's this bit of movement, bit of bounce, something happening in this pitch. More or less, still good batting conditions. If he come at you, that mistake will come.
Vishwa has been very persistent, I'll tell you. He's been unlucky, found the edge, but he's probing just outside that off stump.
Mushfiqur's career strike rate around 48. More patient. Wait for the bowlers to Liton is the type of player who will come at you. But on the other hand, to be fair, mistakes came, they didn't take the catches.
Considering the emphasis on fielding, Sri Lanka has paid so much attention to fielding. Disappointed to see the number of chances missed, not just here, even in ball. I mean, once again, Sri Lanka had Bangladesh in the spot of bother, and then you get them out, let them out of jail.
Important fact is the wicket here changes the game once again. They need to search for that and tidy up. 128 for 4.
Boy. No boy. Biba. Biba. Oh. Hey. Mer. Bak bu koy. Buar.
Bangladesh's scorecard. Mushfiqur, Liton fighting back.
সবাই সাবস্ক্রাইব করে আমাদের পাশে থাকুন এবং অন্য একদিন সবাইকে আরেকটা লাইভ দেওয়া উৎসাহ থাকবে। এবং সবাই কমেন্ট করে আমি তার নাম বলবো।
Simple reason he's not changed his length. There's a bit of pace on this pitch. Moment get some turn, then you're a little excited. As a bowler, you believe you might get something in your favor. Andimal at short square leg. There's a deepish square leg as well in front of the crease. Mid on the one, but long off, he's on the boundary.
What is interesting to look at in Prabhat Jayasuriya is his release point. We spoke about it in Gaul, the seam rotation we spoke about. So important to just watch it because he didn't turn anything. Gaul hardly anything turned. Was sliding on here, you could see he's got greater control. The loop looks nice.
There's more body in it. Just watch him angle in, but near the umpire, his sides work quicker, and the ball goes up and down. Hence, the moment it hits the pitch, gets a bit more, and Sir Fernando on the one is a good option. The batter will be wary. With the angle could be a risk. They saw the ball turn. Didn't want to walk down. But for now, his options seem pretty sound.
He's driving his hips quite well. Jayasuriya, 82 Ks, low 80s, high 70s. And the control, you could see the dip there, little bit, as you said, but the control is good. Even the pace, high 70s, much better control in Colombo than in Gaul. And he's not been scored off easily either. So he needs to just continue doing this.
He had all the time in the world. The most runs in tests versus Sri Lanka, Mushfiq Rahim. The average also 58.81. The Mamul Haq, Rahul Dravid. Lots of, the top five are subcontinent batters. Any reason why, Roshan?
Obvious. We don't play Australia and England as much as we play against Pakistan and Bangladesh. That's one reason I could think of, unless you're thinking of something else.
That's probably the only reason. They play each other more often.
Look disappointed when I came up with the answer.
I'm disappointed with our producer. I wanted you to get our directors. Sorry, because I wanted you to get your thinking cap out, but he fed you the answer.
A very helpful person.
Got your head for it. That's good. Good line. Litton is not perfect with that glide. He's going to nick one through. So the inclusion of
Difference between Milan Ratnayaka, I think he did a sterling job too by holding up one end. But Vishwa adds variety. And we spoke about his seam presentation in the morning. It was very good and he was consistent. He did that seam, nice release.
তাহলে আপনি দেখবেন
And he
এবং
creates
আমাদের পাশে
angles.
থাকবেন ধন্যবাদ
a holding role
জয়নাল
is
ভাই আমাদেরকে
effective,
কমেন্ট
Roshan,
করেছেন ধন্যবাদ জয়নাল
you
ভাই
have weapons from the other end. Sri Lanka didn't.
যে যে কমেন্ট করবে
They had Jayasuriya.
আর হ্যাঁ
He was flat. Ravindu Ratnayaka playing debut game. Asita Fernando down on pace and energy. A holding
132
role
জনে দেখছি
really
একজন
is
কমেন্ট
not
করছে
what you
দেখ
need.
তুই দেখতো
Goal
হন
is effective when you have weapons at the other end.
I think Milan was played for that. It's just that the other end didn't fire. Milan had to come in fairness to him, and just stem a flow of runs, which he did well. Eventually turned out to be useful with those wickets, but I hear you.
Probably needed Rome, in the middle of the Colosseum.
এই 217 এই যে দেখছেন লাইভ দেখানোর জন্য আপনাকে ধন্যবাদ 43টা হচ্ছে 32টা আছে রাফার দ্বারা নয়তো আজকে 200 বানায়
That's where the gladiators were. Better, don't they?
You know a lot, Russell, so I'll let you talk about it. You seem to be well informed. I don't want to go into territories that you're master.
No more of any smell.
You're master
The gondola,
সবাই আমার চ্যানেলটাকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে আমাদের পাশে থাকুন
float around.
আগামীকালও খেলা দেখা হবে তাই আমাদের চ্যানেলে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে আমাদের পাশে থাকুন সবাই কমেন্ট করুন এবং আমাদের পাশে থাকুন
But Litton did well. Proving over from Fernando. 132 for 4. The difference in the sessions slip on either side of the rain break.
আমি 86 সাল থেকে ওয়ার্ড রেডিও শুনছি এই কাজরি সদর উপজেলা থেকে দেখছি এই দেখছেন মাসুদ ভাই কমেন্ট করেছে সে বলছে যে তার বাড়ি কাগড়াছড়ি মাসুদ ভাই আপনি আমাদের পাশে থাকুন এবং সাবস্ক্রাইব করে আমাদের পরবর্তী খেলার জন্য রেডি থাকুন
Searching for a bit of loop and dip.
You can hear the grunt as he delivers. Real effort.
Bangladesh also know that they need this partnership to grow. Maybe Hassan Miraj included in the team, he'll be next. The bowlers.
মাসুদ ভাই কমেন্ট করেছে আমি ভালো আছি কিনা অবশ্যই আমি ভালো আছি এবং আমাদের বাড়ি কিশোরগঞ্জ
Both
ভাই
here
আপনাকে
have a real opportunity of restricting Bangladesh for under 250, which is a win. Basically a win on the first day.
সাপোর্ট করেন এবং সাবস্ক্রাইব করেন সবাই প্লিজ সাবস্ক্রাইব করেন এবং আমাদের পাশে থাকেন
The opportunity to use the script.
সবাই সাবস্ক্রাইব করেন এবং কমেন্ট করেন আমাদের বাড়ি কিশোরগঞ্জ
Well, he seemed to be still dragging a ball or two in the over down, allowing the batters that release those singles. But generally, I think this is a much better performance compared to what we did see in goal. He appears to be getting close to Jayasuriya bowl, but still I think he needs to go up a few notches to really be at that level. Control is back. Definitely the loop is visible. One ball actually turned. Jayasuriya.
And searching for success. One slightly too full, one slightly short, and they're able to pick him off. Now another difference you may note from the innings, Bangladesh's innings in goal to here. They were able to pick up a lot more singles, always knocking it into gaps. That's how they scored their runs. There weren't many boundaries in that massive innings. Today those singles have been cut down somewhat. That's because Sri Lanka have bowled it better. 135 for 4.
ফুটবলার মাহিম हिंदी ना Tidur.
3:45 p.m. here. 6 p.m. Revised timings because the rains came down around 1:20 p.m. We were off the park for about an hour and a half. Sunal Dinusha, slow left arm spin. The 24-year-old cricket just next door at the Colombo Cricket Club.
Mama.
99 first class win.
Ya, kamu dah tak lulu man. Lulu.
Different type of left-arm spinner tends to push it through a little bit more. Not somebody
আমার বাড়ি কিশোরগঞ্জ করিমগঞ্জ থানা
There is his pace, seen him bowl a lot.
অনেকে জিজ্ঞেস করছে আমার বাড়ি কোথায় আমার বাড়ি কিশোরগঞ্জ করিমগঞ্জ থানা
Doesn't give runs easily. Tends to look to bowl a lot of dots.
170th best player for Sri Lanka, Sunal Dinusha.
আমার শিমুল
Beating Pavan Ratnayaka, Pasca Surya Bandara for this one. Because all three being discarded, we were wondering who they'll go for, and all three are amongst the runs. Knocking the door down. That's what you do as a young player.
Injury to Milan Ratnayaka would have forced them for that extra bit of batting. And the bowling option because the spinners weren't doing too well in goal, so they brought in a spin bowling option as well.
আমার বাড়ি কিশোরগঞ্জ
This is more
করিমগঞ্জ থানা
requested for Angelo Matthews.
এবং সবাই আমাকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে আমাদের পাশে থাকুন আর তো খেলা দেখার জন্য এই চ্যানেলে আমাদের চ্যানেলটাকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে
And
আমাদের
Sunal Dinusha, primarily. Dhananjay De Silva did mention at the toss that he will be taking the number 4 spot.
I think that definitely looking at the bowling option of Sunal Dinusha as a spinner. That's a good option to have just in case. Use him as an insurance in a tight situation. PO batter.
আমার বাড়ি কিশোরগঞ্জ করিমগঞ্জ
Give
থানা
you that bowling option. So Sri Lanka needed that.
3 left-arm spinners, Roshan. But Surya, now we are seeing Sunal Dinusha and the 2 ambidextrous bowlers. 136 for 4.
ওখান দিতে বিড়াল বেশি হয়ে থাকে তুই এরা তো পিছিস না এক মাস আগে কত থেকে
Needed a partnership after 2 quick wickets.
সাতাশে এর আগে
60 run between Litton Das and Mushfiqur Rahim.
বলছো আগে তো দেওয়ার লাগে
So much talent. So good to watch when in full flow.
মাস পেছনে শেষ হয়েছে তুই হেড পিচ না লাগবি এটা আমার থেকে দিতে
Oh, good hit. Tossed up. It didn't hold back. Couple of bounces for 4.
Ball batting. I would put it down to be Litton Das.
আপনারা কমেন্ট করে জানান
There's always a risk.
জিততে পারবে
Not that it's turning a lot, but he's going against whatever Prabhajaya Surya is offering. And went over mid-on.
Picked it early. The day after this.
লাইভে কি কোনো সমস্যা হচ্ছে
We're
করে
having a
জানা,
bit of a mixed bag.
সমস্যাটা
Jayasuriya,
সমাধান করার চেষ্টা করবো
that
আমি
last
ইনশাল্লাহ।
delivery was a good one, but this over hasn't been as
লাইভে
good
যদি
as
কোনো সমস্যা হয়ে
what we
থাকে
saw the
তাহলে
previous over.
কমেন্ট করে জানা,
Either a little bit
সমস্যা
full.
সমাধান করতে চেষ্টা করবো ইনশাল্লাহ।
Why it's difficult to bowl to Mushfiqur. He's used to the feet. Especially how quickly he gets on to the back foot. The moment Jayasuriya
আজকে যে
never looked like he'll.
আবার তাকে
It looked like
কারণ ইউটিউবে
he
খেলা
got himself dizzy trying to spot that ball and it goes down. Force him to hit over mid on. One turns and he skies it. He gets another opportunity. 143 for 4.
করার দরকার নাই, বলেন শুধু সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন ভাই, সুন্দর ভিডিও। কার 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 এই একটু অর্থ সাবস্ক্রাইব।
Another opportunity. Litton hit one over mid on for 4. Tried again. But Jayasuriya had made that subtle change. Got the miss hit.
সিয়াম ভাই কমেন্ট করেছে সুন্দর ভিডিও। সিয়াম ভাইকে ধন্যবাদ আমাদের পাশে থাকার জন্য, এবং মাসুদ ভাইকে ধন্যবাদ। মাসুদ ভাই আমাদেরকে অনেক সাপোর্ট দিচ্ছে। মাসুদ ভাই আপনি আমার চ্যানেলটাকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে আমাদের পাশে থাকুন, ধন্যবাদ।
Should be working. Seem to be having a good time.
At the cricket, that's what you expect, isn't it? Here's that chance. Tossed up, it dips, it turns, he slices it. Now Jayasuriya never in a position. Look at that.
যারা
I felt
যারা
he was
আমাদের
just about there.
লাইভে নতুন যুক্ত হয়েছে সবাইকে
I don't think long off could have got to it. Roshan, he
আন্তরিকভাবে
was
ধন্যবাদ, এবং
we don't have
সবাই
run
আমাদের
across. Should
চ্যানেলটাকে
he have
সাবস্ক্রাইব
called
করুন প্লিজ।
Jayasuriya out?
I also felt that Asita, yeah, you're right. Long off, it was not easy, but Asita really did make an effort because he saw Jayasuriya going for the catch. Jayasuriya was the closest, but never easy to catch those falling over your shoulder. It's never easy.
Closest, but when you're running backwards, and in these situations, someone running forward. Now look, I think mid-on, fielder at mid-on should have called Jayasuriya out of that one. Because you can see him just positioning himself. He could have sprinted in, running towards the ball. It's easier to judge.
করতে পারেন, আমরা
The breakthrough.
সময় হলে কমেন্ট করতে পারেন, আমি সমাধান করার চেষ্টা করব ইনশাআল্লাহ।
Finally, they hold on to one. The John Das goes for 34. Is obviously very disappointed. Bangladesh 143 for.
কমেন্ট করতে পারেন, সমাধান করার চেষ্টা করব ইনশাআল্লাহ। অনেকে জিজ্ঞেস করতেছেন যে আমাদের বাড়ি কোথায়। আমাদের বাড়ি হচ্ছে কিশোরগঞ্জ, করিমগঞ্জ থানা।
Litton Das, given a couple of chances. He's perished, which brings Mehdi Hassan Miraj to the middle. Very useful play. He's got a couple of hundreds. Not an easy man to dismiss. Been trying to work
আমার
into
একটা
gaps,
ফেসবুক
play
পেজ
his
আছে,
shots, express
সেই
himself.
পেজটাকে সবাই
Wicket for him and an important wicket in the context of the game. 143 for 5.
The batsmen to come: Naeem Hassan, Taijul Islam, Naeed Rana, Ibadat Hussain. Last recognized player pairing. Mushfiqur has a job to do.
Another look at Kusal Mendes. Well, twice, and then finally holding on to it. He goes a bit quicker. Kunal Dinusha. Catch him. Finally by Kusal. This is a much better spell. That ball had hit and turned.
And now the pressure is also on. That will make the batters. There comes back the love, the bowlers. Get to that area which they want to be in, where they cause doubt, where they get a bit of grip. A little quicker. Always got the impression watching the deliveries that turn, Roshan. They're holding and turning. And his batters threw the shot a little early. Lovely again. He was there and he had to wait because it was slow off the pitch, but bounces.
Look at how he deceives the batter. Opens him up a bit.
I'll be so. And then 44 for 5. We'll hang around. We'll see if we can get another over in. But Sri Lanka also in not too much of a hurry to get to their position so they can have an
For three, very even in terms of runs scored. Session.
Command 40. They are on 34 with a lot to do. The session highlights.
Eno de que toro.
Ya di. Eta aise na. কইতে না দিলেই তো হয় 200 এ বাইরে হইছে না খেলা খেলা শেষ যেন 92 হয়ে
On the stroke of A. Litton Das. Six bowlers used.
স্বপন ভাই বলেছে আমি ফলো করেছি ধন্যবাদ ইউটিউব চ্যানেলটাকে ফলো করার জন্য
144 for 5 at tea on the first day here at the SSC. It's tea.
আর হ্যাঁ কালকে আগামীকালও লাইভ দেওয়া হবে সবাই আমাদেরকে ফলো করে আমাদের পাশে থাকবেন এবং সাবস্ক্রাইব করবেন ফলো করে আমাদের পাশে থাকবেন আর হ্যাঁ আজকের খেলা এই পর্যন্ত সমাপ্ত করা হয়েছে এবং আমাদের সাবস্ক্রাইব করে পাশে থাকার জন্য ধন্যবাদ সবাইকে আজকে অনেক আমাদেরকে সাপোর্ট দিয়েছেন সবাইকে অনেক ধন্যবাদ তো আজকের লাইভটা এই পর্যন্ত সমাপ্তি করে সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ আসসালামু আলাইকুম